And welcome back to the Bootroom Podcast. This is the press conference, the finale of the podcast. It all might be coming to an end.
It might, yes. It's been an unbelievable 2 years.
Well, it's been just under 2 years.
Just under 2 years.
And we've had, I think it's just over 50 episodes.
Yes.
And, it's been an absolute brilliant journey speaking to all these footballers and managers and players and former pros from around the world and obviously from up and down the country. We've had some top-notch guests on and, speak to me about some of your favourites.
That's too many to count.
I know.
Look, I think the one that'll always stick the closest to me was Sergio Raimondo.
Yeah.
Because of what it meant to me for Europa League, sorry. Champions League got off behind. The Europa League, winning it in Bilbao, obviously I was there for it, so it meant even more because he was on the pitch. Part of that unbelievable squad group of people that made our dream come true. So that one is always going to be the top one for me. But I loved Namdi as well.
He was unbelievable.
That was a fantastic episode.
When you told him at the end that we, this is our warm-up, and he was like, sorry, what?
Sorry, what? And then we all burst out laughing, yeah. But as I said, every single one I've thoroughly enjoyed. Like going back to Dennis, your head teacher. Unbelievable man.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love Refugeezer, Lods, Ashley, people that we met in Leeds.
Yeah.
But there's so many more in between as well.
Do you know what?
What about you, Jamie?
Well, look, I actually, I'm going to be boring and say I can't pick.
Okay.
I need to have them in a list in front of me because we've been really privileged and we've had so many that we have forgotten about in terms of we can't name every single one now.
Yeah.
We've never had a bad guest.
Had a bad guest.
Every single guest has been exceptional with us, away from the camera. And also I wanted to put out the thanks to those people out there who, firstly, they've all paid their own money to get here.
Yeah.
Whether that's 20-minute journeys, whether that's an hour journeys, whether that's on the plane and continental journeys. But I think it's been really important, the lessons that we've learned on the podcast behind the scenes. I mean, you've decided to step up your tech skills towards the end of this podcast.
I have. Maybe a bit too little too late, but as I said, it's not a marathon, it's a sprint. No.
Well,
it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Well, for you, it might be a marathon.
It has been indeed, yeah.
No, but, some of these people that we've had on, in all of these people, we've learned something really special about the way that we conduct ourselves. And you mentioned there, Dennis being one example of someone who's been so fortunate to have lived this life and we've been so privileged to have him here. And just to tell his story away from football and obviously speaking about Spurs. But you mentioned Leeds there. What an unbelievable historic night.
It was.
Can I, just before you talk about that, are we aiming to get there this year?
I think every year you aim to get there, don't you? Every year we aim to get there.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a new ground this year, new venue, new people, new contacts. Everything will be brand new. But yeah, I think that's the proudest night of my life in terms of I never thought 17, just 17, because I was only 17 2 months before.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be standing there having been nominated for an award as college students. I think that's the thing that really keeps reminding me just how well we did. I think college students, we obviously balance this off workload and we travel far to come here, especially you. So that also takes its toll because it's long days, long hours, editing skills, but it was the best night of my life. And it's just great to share it with the people who made it happen.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a saying that I always muck up, which is sort of my own one. And I always try and say that, everything does happen for a reason in the sense that we could have had, maybe there's 25 guests or whatever that we could have had on in the past that have never happened for some reason. Maybe we just lost contact. But the people that we've had on, we've been so privileged to have, and I wouldn't change it anyway.
Would not.
And the gifts that we've received, and actually I forgot we need to do a little bit of a tombola between us.
We do, yeah. Two each.
Well, look, it's not about receiving gifts, but we've been so privileged that every guest who has flown in from another country has given us a gift.
Yes.
That's been beyond belief.
Yeah, beyond belief.
No, it really is.
Yes, no, of course.
And we really touch wood. And this is actually, is it wood? No, it's cardboard, isn't it?
Who knows this table?
The table that's been carrying us through the whole way. But we really hope to come and see a lot of our guests who have travelled in. Within, I think one criticism of mine is I try and rush things a bit too early, as he definitely knows. I'm really keen to head back to Romania, as I've mentioned several times on the podcast, that Romania is an exceptional country, but also Latvia.
Yeah, Latvia.
Finland.
Oh, there's so many
Poland.
countries that we'll be recommended to go to. But while we're on that topic, a big thank you to the international guests because obviously every guest has travelled far, spent money, but it's the ones that have come from different countries that have paid for their own flights and some have come in a day and then gone back literally the very, very same day.
Some have decided to make it a weekend out of it, which is even more.
And see London and see England and go to football club to watch games. But the international guests will always have a special place in our hearts, I think.
But also the ones, so like Adam Thompson, for example, Jack Baldwin, those players who've got us tickets. Like we're struggling to sit here and we feel incredibly sorry for those who we haven't mentioned, because there has been so many unbelievable, well, every single person's been unbelievable. But even the achievements, one thing that I really like about this job, if you like, is seeing everyone thrive in their own aspect. Obviously, a lot of the people we've known for maximum 2 years, but to see someone like Henry Bennett, for example, is now doing really well at Boreham Wood. Yes. And again, we're struggling to say everyone, but I'm delighted that we've been on such a great podcast and such a great journey. But we need to speak about Leeds. That journey was pretty remarkable. Speaking from the food and Lods and Ashley. And
everything in between, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the Refugeezer.
And Refugeezer, who, that was a great episode as well, with a Refugeezer. For me, every time we speak about Leeds, what springs to mind?
Oh my goodness me.
The mighty Brentford Football Club.
Oh.
The little bit of the palaver that happened at the bar. But you know what? I'm so grateful that happened, because that has just etched another memory into Leeds, into the whole experience. And it's, as you say, things do happen for a reason. And they do. Because I think it's a funny thing that if I hadn't taken my suitcase up at a specific time, I would never have bumped into Lods initially. Yeah. And that got the whole conversation going. So
it's one of those things as well that, like, again, I try and give the analogy that when you go on holiday, for example, of course you're going on holiday. And of course you're still on holiday when you're doing these things, but it's the small things like going to a bar or going out on a walk or whatever it might be, and it all adds up and you're like, those are really good memories. Yeah. And just think if you hadn't stayed in the glorious Premier Inn that you did. And by the way, my Airbnb was unbelievable.
It was lovely.
Although we had one night there, we should have had a cheeky sleepover, mate, because it was unreal.
And the TV with the LEDs on the side.
Oh my word, yeah. And that's when I showed my mum the old podcast.
Yes,
and
you
Ross
did.
McNeely and everyone that's come here has honestly been brilliant.
Yeah.
He inspired me for the haircut.
Yes, he did.
Unbelievable.
I was about to say the same.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that was a time as well when I came back from France with the old
Greys.
Oh goodness me! I don't even know how I did that. Well,
I didn't know pool, wasn't it?
Well, we had this competition, and we're so used to, on holiday we're used to going away and meeting with the entertainment team and having a blast with them. But in France, it was like a caravan site where you go and stay in basically like a mobile home. And there was an entertainment team there, but they weren't very sociable. So on the last day we decided to I don't know, try and do some activities with them. And one of them was deciding to jump as far as you can in the pool. And I decided to jump in the pool and dive. And I've not even just grazed the top of my lip or the bottom of my chin. I grazed my tooth as well.
I know. I mean, I remember when you came back, it was, are you all right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just a little scrape. It was a huge scar.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, blimey, when is this thing going to go? And, well, you look in the mirror and you think, is this ever going to go?
Yeah, you do.
It does
go
over time. So hopefully we end up going to, I say Leeds, but hopefully we get to the finals of the Football Content Awards this year. We've taken advice from some of the backroom team from Up the Poshcast, and hopefully we're going to try and get nominated for the non-league category.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think we've covered a lot of touch base on that. And while we again do mention Lods, we're actually going to be helping them out.
We are,
aren't we?
Yeah.
In the coming few days, coming few weeks. So Wembley playoff final, Championship League One, helping promote FC Stickers, which obviously is one of the best sticker companies out there. So go and give them a follow, go and give them a little look into. But yeah, really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, so let's touch back to the point. Have you mentioned all the bullets apart from the tombola and what's coming next?
It's going through my head. I think we may have done.
Okay. Hopefully we have.
Yeah.
So for all the people that don't know, this is the last time that we will be in this studio, we believe, for the next, forever.
Yeah.
Blimey, forever. Yeah. I mean, we've sat in this chair many times on
it's
wet,
been our home, hasn't it?
Rainy, stormy, sunny, all sorts of conditions. On days where the studio perhaps hasn't been in the kindest conditions to us, we've managed to turn it around.
We have.
But of course, like, what is coming next is something that is, well, I wouldn't say new to us, because again, we've had some brilliant guests like Football Martin, Mark Warburton, people online that we've decided to speak. Yeah, exactly. People from all around the world, which is the good thing about what we're going to be doing next. Which
is virtual podcasts. Yeah. So we've got a few lists lined up as well. Obviously, the one I'm looking very much forward to is Jamie Cogman.
Yeah.
Merthyr goalkeeper who Jamie interviewed Jamie. We met him, spoke to him, handshaked him. Yeah. And the great thing about that day was just how much effort they gave to us to thank us for travelling the 8-hour round trip to go to Merthyr.
What did Tom Hanley do when we first saw him?
Oh, and this was brilliant for Tom as well. Tom, I will send this over to you. We were obviously stood by the side watching the players come out. You run out, and I remember obviously everyone was there going Tom, 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 and I think I shouted Tom. You turned round and you made the effort to come all the way over to us, speak to us, high five us. So we honestly greatly appreciated it.
And he said something along the lines of, "All right, Jay, all right, H."
You're right, Jay, yeah. You're right, Jamie, you're right, Harry.
And it's really kind because although I follow Tom now, then I didn't follow him on social media.
Yeah.
So the fact that he remember, and this is one thing that I think a lot of people in the football industry really appreciate, is not just someone who knows your name, but someone who's gone to the effort, like Tom, like Jamie, like a lot of these people have, and they just say, "All right, Harry,"
and use it.
Yeah,
and use
exactly.
Your name. Yeah.
One of the worst things ever is you speak to someone and you forget their name.
Yeah.
From your point of view, when you're asking them questions, but also which we never have, fortunately. But then in the roles reversed as well. The virtual podcast will be coming soon. We have got loads lined up. Finally, Harry's got some of his own guests lined up.
We've got quite a few coming up. Yeah, we've got 2 from Worthing. We've got Razak and Brad, who had an unbelievable season, promoted, first place in the league, and so many more lined up that we're going to try and get on.
But I can't quite describe it, but the last thing I'd say about the podcast is, do you remember sort of in our summer season, so maybe this time last year, we had Henry on.
It was that little era where we had loads. So we had Ben Mason, Henry Oten, Sergio Raimundo. We had Andy Driscoll, Ross McNeely. Jack Baldwin was March. Alexi Rojas was March.
Yes.
Football Martin we did virtually. Danny Kelly was early March, I think, which was, again, we do some of our best of Danny Kelly as well.
Of course, yeah.
And there's probably a few more in there as well. I think
it was that summer season.
We've covered them all. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, we seem to have one every week from about March till the end of June. And I remember it would be beach shirts and shorts a lot of the time because it was fantastic weather last year as well. And then fast forward to September, and it's autumn. It's a new season, a new era. I'm going to bring Hugo Langton.
That was in this school year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Adrian Tucker.
Yes.
Both fantastic guests.
Unbelievable guests. And even that, when you speak to guests, it's almost like it's almost like reading a book, which we don't do. But when you are going into these people's lives and you speak to them about what they've achieved, I mean, just thinking about Adrian, for example, the experience with Swansea in the Europa League.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Didn't they play in Russia?
I think that's what I think he may have covered it. Yeah. I think
it is unbelievable. We're not going to leak or tell you where Harry's going to university, but obviously Harry's off to uni.
Yeah. September.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. But, it's one of those things where the era does come to an end. Although we've got some things planned in the summer holidays, not just virtual podcast and his poor Wi-Fi conditions, but also we are heading away to Greece, which I'm looking very much forward to.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Good break, wasn't it?
The first time I saw him, we got these big stairs. Harry's there with a blazer. Now, it was a smart blazer. Did it have yellow in it? Or
uniform. It was blue. It was all blue.
It was blue.
School uniform, but people thought it was just a regular blazer.
Well, it was one of those things where we came here was it interviews on that day?
No, it was open day.
It was open day. And we came in and we're sitting on the stairs and I think we're all,
14th of April, 2024.
Yeah, we're all like, shitting ourselves. We really were. Because we're like, Harry Hennings, yes. And, people call me Jamie, but my name is Jamie John. Jamie John, yes, I'm here. And I saw Harry on the bottom of the stairs. Were you with your parents?
No, my mum dropped me off.
Yeah. And she was like, bye, off you go.
She went and parked around there, because I don't think she could get parked around here. So she went off and read a magazine, so thank you to that as well.
And then Harry was sitting on the bottom of the stairs with a notepad and pen. Did you write anything in that notepad and pen? So you just bought it for the aesthetic?
I did, yeah. I think I had a few questions in there, but I didn't end up asking the questions.
What sort of questions?
How can I be, how can I set myself aside? The best things I can do to get myself ready for September. But that was a afternoon where I came here knowing no one, left knowing a lot of people. I mean, we did a few things over the summer to build those bonds.
Over that summer. And again, who would have thought that? I mean, look, the thing is with you that I'd say is you had that look straight away. You had the look of something, very, very good about you. And then obviously you've, and I looked at you and I said to you something like, you look back at the messages the other week, you said something like, what was it? I said like a really posh word or something.
Liaise. It was great to liaise yesterday.
I did. Do you know, it's one of those things where you've got to make a good first impression. And when you're trying to...
We both did.
Yeah, well, it's good, isn't it? And who would have thought we'd be going to Greece and achieve this podcast, what we have. Also, we are hopefully, again, touch wood, going to be hitting 2 million views in the next few weeks.
Yes.
That's really important.
Huge milestone.
Yeah, I mean, I try and get the consistency of the side of things, and also in terms of views, it's nice to have it as well. But to try and head into that season of the Content Awards, which I'm presuming comes out soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, look, thank you very much for supporting us on this journey. Anything else you want to touch upon before we do our little...
I've been thinking, I can't remember anything as of now, but no.
I'm sure we'll go home and
reminisce, and then we'll bring another episode tomorrow. No, unfortunately not. This is the last time in the studio, but thank you to everybody. We couldn't have done it without you. The views on the TikTok account recently have been unbelievable. But the whole journey's been great. Wouldn't change any of it. And Jamie, it has been an unbelievable pleasure.
Oh yeah, the final handshake.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, the final handshake. So we were given these gifts Pronounce that name, because it is a tough one.
FS Jelgava.
Jelgava. FS Jelgava.
Of Latvia.
Of Latvia. Very, very true. And it was it was a gift given to us by, of course, the incredible...
Not Perez.
Of course. And, of course, he signed it on the back, as one does, to Harry and Jamie. Oh, that's in Spanish.
I mean, I should know that.
It's a tough one.
To be fair, I'm going to blame the smudge of the pen.
I think so as well. But the thing is with Noel and with all the guests that we've had on, but specifically Noel and Vlad, they like our stories all the time. They support us.
They still support us.
Unbelievable.
And Robert.
And Robert as well. And Robert as well. So.
Oh, actually, and to name a fourth, Jose Ferreira.
Oh my word.
He has been fantastic ever since. I mean, it's been September he came in, earlier September, October time. He still talks to us now. He still, I mean, he gave us a recommendation for the podcast.
Yeah, he did. And do you know what's really amazing about that podcast? I remember I first interviewed him, I think in the February of, I want to say 2024. Again, it was one of like the first ones I interviewed, sort of in my own summer series of my own podcast. And the summer always hits different for some reason. You almost interview people that you're like, bloody hell, I've actually interviewed them.
It does.
In the summer for some reason. But yeah, no, what happened with that was, I forgot where I was going. Actually,
I think we were just going to say especially. Yeah, it's the.
Yeah, sorry, Jose. I interviewed him on my own podcast, and he decided to come here to London with his family, which was obviously a really nice touch to meet him and his family. I mean, I just wanted to put out his English is absolutely unbelievable.
Was phenomenal.
Unbelievable, and obviously all of our guests
speak
English because we don't speak another language apart from you and the bit of Spanish,
and the frequent bit of Dutch that slowly evaporated because I realised all Dutch people speak English in the Netherlands. Yes. So there's no point of ever learning that.
You had some stories from the Netherlands, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Maybe not for the podcast.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, so cool. So we got this, of course, this brilliant water bottle, and of course, do you want to talk us through this?
Yes. So this was from our brilliant guest Vlad, who came from Romania, and this is a lovely pendant that he gifted to us. Again, signed it as well to Harry and Jamie, signature as well. It's like the ones that you give in friendlies and qualifiers and international tournaments.
Did he say he bought that at the airport?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Really good touch.
So again, a lovely touch on him. And we do have two other gifts, which we don't have displayed here.
No, I should have brought them in.
Do you want to talk us through?
Sure. So, I'll talk you through the first ones. The first one was from Lods and Ashley. It was a nice old Peterborough scarf. Now, a lot of people compare me and Lods and say that we look similar. And also, my phone decided to say the same thing to me. You know when you go on your iPhone and it shows you photos of Harry or whatever? Lods and myself were in the same one, which is not a negative at all. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm surprised. I can understand why.
I saw it very, very early on.
Really?
I look at you now, I just see Lods.
Really?
No, obviously not just Lods, but no, there's definitely similarities there.
So we got that lovely Peterborough scarf. And they haven't got promoted.
No, they didn't. But they,
nor did Stevenage. Nor did Stevenage.
But they stayed up.
Good.
Yeah, so they lost to Stockport, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
3-0
yes. And I think it's a real kick in the teeth because I think Stevenage record against Stockport has been pretty good.
It was good until last night and the first leg, obviously.
And obviously Vlad signed that as well.
He did. And last gift was a gift from Robert Saganowski from Poland. He gave us.
We can't pronounce the team.
No, but it was a lovely scarf.
It was really nice.
Nice black and.
It looked almost like one you'd find in Prague or just something. Yes, it had an aura to
it. It did. It's a special feeling. It's not like, as I would say, your bog standard scarf.
Well, hang on a moment. I think the Watford one's definitely got a shout.
And this one.
That got given to me by my uncle, actually. He went to the final in Madrid.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that, do you?
Yeah, no, you told me many times. Yes, you have to.
Many times?
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. But yeah, so obviously thank you to Robert, to Vlad, to Noel, and to Lods and Ashley for the gifts. And we will be having two each. Now, who's going to have what?
Well, before we mention that, I just wanted to put out there, just so you have it on record, I could have potentially played water polo for England in the Olympics.
Really? You never told me that? Yes, I know. No, to be fair,
I come up with this load of nonsense sometimes. It'd be nice if you came out with some nonsense sometimes as well. Like, just give me I mean, you do. But like,
I do come out with some nonsense
come up with like a
sometimes.
random fact about yourself. Give me a random fact.
Random fact?
Anything out there?
Not off the top of my head. No.
Well, if you think of one before the end of the podcast, I'll interrupt and
I'll say it.
So how are we going to decide who gets this then? Or this? And also the scarves?
So I originally said to you that I think it'd be nice if you had this.
Yeah.
Because I know how much you love Romania.
I do.
But then you have the good idea of doing a wheel spin, which I'm absolutely fine with doing. So.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to now get the phone up.
Well, I've got the phone right here.
Is the spin already on there?
No, it's not.
Okay, well, why don't you go get the spin
up?
Let's
do it.
While I try and think of a funny memory of Harry.
Okay.
Okay, this is under pressure here. Have we done any trips? We've done a few.
We've gone to, I tell you a good
Here we go. What is it?
I tell you a good
I'm going to try not to laugh.
We were sat in my bedroom. That sounds a little bit strange. was night before we went
on a football podcast.
I know. So night before we went to Merthyr, and obviously it'd be an early start. So Jamie said the night of mine, and we were trying to get to sleep early night. He was on the sofa bed, I was on my bed, and my FIFA card, my personal FIFA card, was up on the wall.
Was it like a football? How are you that small in like 2020, bro?
I don't know. And my head didn't even fit in the frame. And it was just a load of hair. But I think we were laughing at my stats I gave myself.
What was it?
I think it was 9. And it wasn't like it was all 99. It was like 87 physicality.
Bro tried to go generous on himself.
97 shot.
Do you know what? I almost respect it because I think most kids want a FIFA card of themselves.
Oh, I was
And
thrilled with it. I loved it. And that wasn't too bad.
Well, I
but
think
it
it's
was
'cause
Black
it was a smaller
Friday,
one,
and it was a smaller one.
Yeah. I was also going to say there could be a potential Merthyr trip coming up this year.
I'm hoping there will be. I mentioned it to my dad the other day, and he went, "Yeah, let's do it." He said he'll bring his bike to go riding.
Oh, I thought we were going to buy
So
there.
if he sticks to it, what's that?
I thought we were going to buy there.
Yeah, we can if you want. Yeah. But no, I mean,
Pig when they were all on the same bike.
on the tandem, yes. But no, I'd love to go back to Pennydarren Park. Merthyr was so unfortunate to miss out.
What a guy!
Fantastic. I mean, bear in mind that we had somehow managed to get ourselves into the press box.
Well, okay, you get this up. So I'll explain what happened. So basically, we got to Merthyr, and originally we got to the door and we were like, "So we're here." Harry and Jamie is what we said, right? Yeah. And they were like, "No, you're not on the list." And then the chairman came out and went, "Follow me." Didn't we go upstairs with him up the stairs first?
We did. We went into the bar, like
that was it.
Premium sort of bar area.
And then through the premium bar, premium bar. Sorry. You know, when I don't drink water, my mouth gets a bit sloppy there, so I'm sorry.
You made it worse.
sorry. We went to the to the front of Pennydarren Park, and we were in the. We didn't walk on the pitch, did we? No.
Around it.
No, we went around the pitch, and we were clapping all the fans as we did. No, we weren't. We walked around the pitch, and then we ended up back in the. Originally we somehow decided to get ourselves. Basically, a lot of non-league sides or national league sides, they have the tunnel, and then on the side of the tunnel they got gates. We managed to get through the gates onto basically the pitch, but next
to Paul Michael, the manager.
Yeah, and then we were sat on two benches behind Paul Michael, standing there with Zan behind the back. All right, lads. He said, all right.
Yeah.
And we're like, and not bad, Paul Michael. And then I don't know what happened. I don't think he was too impressed that we were sitting there because I think his physio or someone was meant to be there.
We took the physio's chair.
And then just before kickoff, I mean, I think just prior to that happening, the chairman was like, "Are you media?" So we went around the park or around the pitch, and got high-vis jackets on.
Yeah.
And then we managed to sit in, and then we got basically pushed back. But it wasn't even the press box. We sat with the chairman.
No, it wasn't. We sat with the chairman, and he spoke to us, told us a few stories, and it was just a wonderful touch. And we've got the wheel.
Let's go.
So we've got all four on there.
Yep.
So how are we going to do this? And so first,
I think it's fair. One scarf each, and then one of these.
I agree.
So let's see what happens.
Well. That's not annoying, is it? Right.
The first one. Wait, who's getting this one?
You.
Okay, Peterborough scarf.
So the Peterborough scarf is going to Jamie.
Nice. That's already at the house. So that's the other one, actually, to be fair.
Is that?
So the other scarf.
Yes.
It's nice, actually, because Loz and Ashley signed that one, so it's a good old
touch.
They
did, yeah. Next up, we're going to get... It's me.
There we go.
Okay, so we're going to get the FS Jelgava Stanley Cup. That's lovely. I will definitely enjoy this.
Do you know what's really important about this one, right? Is I can hang this up on my on the background of my studio to Harry and Jamie. So this is a very nice touch. So we'll keep that. So there we go. Last ever podcast is done.
Yes, and we've got. Hang on a minute.
Hey, shake my hand.
We haven't sorted out our final two yet.
We have sorted out.
No, we haven't. We've got the Poland scarf and the Romania pendant. Oh no, of course. You take. Yeah.
Do you want to do the handshake again?
Yeah, we will.
Well, look, thank you very much for supporting us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Jamie, pleasure.
Brilliant. Hennings, absolute pleasure. Harry the Hen Dog Hennings, as I often try and call him.
As me and my dad say, Jamie John Munro McCready.
There's a little song about that, apparently.
There is. Jamie John Munro McCready. Jamie John Munro McCready. There we go. So thank you. It's been quite a journey. And we'll bring you a virtual podcast soon. See you later.